Me and my family are in Oakland, California, and this is one of the most highly recommended spots. It's called Mama T's.
Listen, here go a list of places in no particular order that I love and I think that you should try. Mama T's.
Mama T's, yes, because obviously
I got it, let's try it, and rate it 1 to 10. We spent $35.65. We pulled up at 2:30, we tried to call the order, no answer. So my family walked in to do a takeout order. The lady, her name is Mama T. She was working. She was extremely nice. But when my family tried to put the order in, she said that she was going on a 30-minute break. So at 3:15, the order should be ready. It is 3:22, we just got the order. So we've been waiting for close to an hour, and it closed at 4 o'clock. I'm gonna show you everything I got, and we're gonna try it and rate it 1 to 10. A grilled chicken sandwich, homemade potato salad, and this is what they know for, the famous fish sandwich. Last but not least, seasoned fries. What I've learned about the Bay is that these hours vary. Sunday, Monday, closed. Tuesday, Wednesday, open, but from 4 to 6. Thursday, Friday, open from 2 to 4. Take a break at 3:30. And it's like that damn near everywhere we go so far.
All right, so welcome back. Before we get started, I do want to say that I made the decision to move all of my financial content, right? All of my plays of the day over to a separate channel, okay? That separate channel is called Your Play of the Day, and it's going to be under Money Minds, okay? I'll put a link to it in the description, and I'll also put up a picture of the page so you all know. So anyone who was interested in that type of content, anyone who was interested in finance, stocks, growing your wealth, passive income, all of those things, we're doing all of the money talk over on that page. I'm starting from ground zero over there. So if you're interested and if you would follow me for that type of content from the beginning, then go ahead, switch over to that page. Go ahead, follow that page. All of the content over there will be money focused, monetarily focused. I promise you. So that will be separate from this channel, as this channel has morphed and transformed into something else as I have grown as a content creator. And so I want to thank each and every one of you who has followed me. Again, for those of you who are looking to grow your wealth, for those of you who are looking to expound upon your financial goals, go ahead, follow that channel. Everything over there is going to be monetarily focused, right? It's only money talk over there. So if you're interested in passive income, bringing in something so that you can make your life just a little bit easier as far as your financial situation goes, follow that page. Again, I will put the link in the description of this video. However, it is time to get to today's video, which first I want to talk about Keith Lee. Okay, Keith Lee is one of those guys, man. He's one of those people that you just get a genuine feel from, right? And it's one of the reasons he's amassed a following of over 15 million followers over on TikTok, right? His career as a foodie has really ballooned, and he is the top of the top now. So any headline, anywhere that he goes, he creates a headline for. This guy is in the news. You know, he goes somewhere and CNN is reporting on it. You know, he goes somewhere, CBS is reporting on it. You know, so this guy, his career and what he's done and what he's been able to do for a lot of these businesses, especially small-time businesses across the states, is absolutely phenomenal, okay? And along with that, though, you're going to get people that hate on you. So Keith Lee visits the Bay Area, and if you all know anything about the Bay Area, despite what the media will have it presented and how it looks towards you all through social media, the Bay Area is really a challenging place, okay? I know the Warriors have made the Bay Area seem like it is the absolute place to be. However, everything is not always as it seems. So Keith Lee goes to the Bay Area, right? And after a couple days, he decides that, you know what? this food tour is not really going the way I thought it would, I'm going to go ahead and take my family and get the hell up out of here. Now, he caught flack for that. A lot of flack. All right. And right now, what I want to do is I want to show you how the blogs and how these media outlets, how they attack people and how they just take somebody and twist their words into something that isn't. Keith Lee is probably the quintessential giver. Like when you think of somebody who just gives out of the goodness of their heart, that is pretty much what this guy embodies, all right? He only typically tries to do well for these businesses. He speaks highly of them, of a lot of businesses. He brings a lot of traffic through. And, you know, you can be mad about it. But my thing is, if he doesn't like the food, he's never once bashed one of these places. He's never once said, like, look, don't go here. And so a lot of people get in their feelings about it. But I want y'all to see firsthand what happens when media outlets get a hold of some of your videos or to get a hold of some of your words or something that you said, how they twist and turn it so that the outlook on you is in a negative light. I want y'all to watch.
My statements about our experience in the Bay Area have been misconstrued, so let's talk about it. I got this mask on because my allergies are still flared up. Number one, we didn't leave because of violence. Not at one point did we feel threatened or scared. We didn't get ran out of nowhere. I gave a list of reasons why we left early, and one of those reasons is because I said I don't believe the Bay is fit for tourists at the moment. And I said this specifically based on the spots that we had went to and the areas that we were in. I don't think any of the spots that we personally went to were conducive of a 5 to 6 hour wait time, especially with people coming directly off the plane. And when I say people, I mean tourists. I don't think they were conducive of coming straight off the plane and going and waiting to these lines.
A 5 to 6 hour wait time is absolutely horrendous. He said not just safety either. A lot of spots we went to were closed on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday and only open for 6 hours on the days they were open. Listen, if this is how y'all running y'all business, how do y'all expect to survive? If this is how you're operating your business, closed Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, 3 days out the week you closed. And then on the days that you are open, he said you only open for 6 hours of the day. If this is how you're running your business, how in the world can you expect to be profitable? How in the world can you expect to be successful? And waiting 5 to 6 hours is absolutely egregious. I would never. I'm not waiting 5 or 6 hours for nobody's food.
As a tourist, I wouldn't wait outside 3 or 4 hours in any of those areas. Not to say people don't or people shouldn't. I just said, my personal opinion, it didn't seem conducive.
Keith Lee too nice. Keith Lee nice. He not gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. Okay, I'm not as nice as Keith Lee is. Nobody should wait 5 to 6 hours for some damn food. Let me say that again. Nobody should wait 5 to 6 hours to patronize a business. That is absolutely ridiculous.
I believe that message is synonymous with the locals because before we went, a lot of people were stressing the conditions of the Bay at the moment. News articles, locals, people that I spoke to on a daily basis. Number two, we went to a lot of cities. We didn't just go to Oakland and San Francisco. We went to 6 or 7 different cities. I didn't name those specific cities because there's only a few restaurants that were recommended from those cities. And if I named a specific city, people would be able to figure out what restaurant I went to and didn't enjoy the food, and they would go bully those specific restaurants, even off of just guessing. So I didn't want to put random restaurants at risk of being bullied and get negative reviews from people who've never been to that restaurant. But yeah, we went to other spots that wasn't Oakland, wasn't San Francisco. We went to the Bay. We went to trucks, we went to brick and mortars, we went to Michelin star restaurants, we went to a lot of places. And I personally wasn't a fan of a lot of places that we went to. And I said in the previous video, it was to a point where I wasn't constructive. Now, if I don't like the food, or if I don't like the customer service, or I don't like the experience, and I can still be constructive, I will be, and I've always been that. I've always been transparent with that. But this is the first time where I feel like I didn't have that, so I didn't do it. Number 3, I'm not a food influencer or a content creator. I'm Keith. A lot of people are.
Keith, buddy, I hate to tell you, okay? He said he's not a food influencer or a content creator. By the very definition, my good sir, you are both of those things. And whether he likes it or not, what he says has an impact and great influence on these businesses, Okay, I know he just wants to go and eat good food with his family and put it up and make videos out of it and put it on TikTok. However, I also know that he's trying to make business deals, right? He's trying to position himself and his family into a ideal situation that will bring him long-term revenue, long-term finance, long-term success. So you are an influencer. You are a TikTok food reviewer. That's what you have become, whether you like it or not. I hate to tell you, but your days of just walking into restaurants by yourself is over. You heard him by now. He got to send his family in. He got to send people in that no one will recognize, because when he goes in, he gets preferential treatment from these businesses. He gets special treatment from these businesses. Businesses recognize him when he hits the door and like, oh man, let us get on our P's and Q's. Let us treat him with the most unauthentic experience and give him the most unauthentic experience that he's ever had, because we know that he's going to do a video on this. And so what has happened is, with the growth of his success, with the growth of his popularity, you can't have 15 million followers and continue to walk into restaurants and nobody knows who you are. So that's the problem that he's running into, and pretty soon people are going to start recognizing his family as well, right? So he's going to have to find other people to go into these restaurants. It's really going to be a situation where it's going to be like, we got to have strangers go in now. I got to pay strangers to go in and try your food out and tell me what their experience was. Tell me how the customer service was. Tell me how the food wait was, the long lines. He's going to have to get to a point to where he's going to have to pay strangers to do this, because people are going to notice more and more his entourage and the people that are with him, right? So that is going to be a recurring problem for Keith Lee as he goes forward in his food journey. And bro, I hate to tell you, you are a food critic now, okay? I know you just want to be a blogger. I know you just want to go to places and taste good food and make videos out of it, but you're beyond that now. I'm sorry. You can't have 15 million followers and then think that you can just go like everybody else can and walk into a restaurant and order some food, and that none of your experience was tailored to you. You're beyond that. Sorry. I'm sorry, Keith Lee.
Or a client that I don't do enough research, or I should have a food tour guide when I go to these cities. I'm a normal person, and our food tour has been guided for normal people. It hasn't been guided for people who can reach out to the #1 food influencer of each city, or a celebrity in each city that could be a personal tour guide for them. I want you, my mom, my family, and whoever else don't got 15 million followers to have a good experience in these places. And I'm not going to tell you I'm having an amazing experience only based on the perks that I get with having 15 million followers. But I want to be very clear.
See what I mean? He's saying, look, I don't want to go into these places and get special treatment. I don't want to go into these places and get any different treatment that anybody else, that any normal person walking off the street would get. But bro, you're beyond that. You literally cannot do that. You're beyond that. Sorry. But that's what comes with the fame. That's what comes with being popular. That's what comes with being recognizable through social media. You just got to eat that. Like I said, he's going to have to find a different way of getting people to try these places for him, honestly, or getting people to go in and get the food for him, or DoorDash. I think he mentioned DoorDashing before, and maybe he's gonna have to start DoorDashing food now because he's become that popular.
I'm not saying I'm not tapped in or I don't do my research and watch the biggest food influencers of each city. I do a lot of research. I watch a lot of videos. And as of late with the last 2 stops, it just so happened that I have reached out to some people. But these are people that I genuinely respect and people that I actually want to meet in real life. Can I improve? Absolutely. Is there more research to be done? Absolutely. But do I feel like I should have to have a tour guide or the biggest celebrity or the biggest food influencer of each city to have an enjoyable time? No. This is the last point that I'll touch on. Right now, we are in the research stage of doing a food tour. We are in the very beginning of the food tour. It literally just started 6 months ago. We're using this time to polish it and refine what it is that we do. So if we are blessed enough to have a TV show, we can know what works for us and what don't work for us. Yeah. So that way, when we do go to these networks, we are solid in our foundation. So I can still authentically be myself, just on a bigger platform. And past all of that, I always say, I'm a vessel of God. I truly believe I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. If you disagree with me and you don't like me, I fully get that. And I'm not mad at you. I'm really not. Again, the people in the Bay were amazing. I'm gonna say it again. It's unfortunate that my allergies flared up, but I never once looked at the entire trip to the Bay as a fail or a disappointment. And I would appreciate if these blogs and these media would stop saying I did. God bless you. Have an amazing day. I'll be safe.
Okay, so let's get to what he's talking about in reference to these blogs and media outlets twisting his words, because I actually came across this and I thought it was very, very, very. Some of these bloggers and some of these writers, man. All right, let's get to this article. This is from the New York Post, by the way. Okay. Says TikTok food critic Keith Lee abruptly cut short California Bay Area tour, says it's not for tourists right now. A popular food critic cut his food tour of California's Bay Area short, slamming the city. See what I'm talking about already? We're not even 2 full lines in to the article, and they already said he slammed the city. He didn't slam the city. Y'all just heard him. He did not slam the city, okay? I'm going to show y'all the video that he was talking about. Actually, is this it here? Here, let's play some of this here so you can get an idea of what he was saying.
I truly don't believe the Bay is a place for tourists right now. And that's what I was, a tourist. The people in the Bay are just focused on surviving. That's the business owners, the locals. The amount of tents and living structures and burnt up cars that we saw people living in was shocking to say the least.
So that was just a snippet of what he was saying in his article, right? And here, we're not even 2 lines in. They're saying that he slammed the Bay Area. Let's continue reading. Slamming the city as not a place for tourists right now, as residents were just trying to survive. Keith Lee, who boasts over 15 million followers on TikTok, posts reviews of restaurants he tries across the country and often critiques how the businesses could do better. He made his first stop at a small San Francisco restaurant on January 9th and another restaurant in Oakland, where he left a $2,500 tip before he cut the tour early. He left a $2,500 tip. Again, who is doing this? Who else is doing that type of work? I'm not saying that nobody else does, but listen, not only is he patronizing your business, but he's paying you. He's paying you and leaving crazy tips, along with leaving healthy reviews. Now, it just so happens that he felt like this tour should be cut short and that he didn't want to put out any of the videos because he said that he really wasn't enjoying many of the places that he went to. But he didn't slam them. He didn't name them. He didn't make a video saying this place is horrible, never try it. He was actually going here patronizing these businesses and still leaving tips. Let's continue reading. It says, unfortunately, the Bay Area stop on the Keith family food tour is officially over prematurely, Lee said in his TikTok video, which has been viewed over 2.4 million times. Instead of the food, Lee directed his criticism at the issues plaguing the city following his first-hand experience. Y'all just saw that video. I'm not going to read that. It says, Keith Lee made his first stop at a small San Francisco restaurant, but soon called it quits. As an outsider, I wish the city would step in. I don't know if they have. I don't know if they've been trying. But just from an outsider looking in, it don't look like there was much city interference. He's saying, where are the local officials? Why aren't they helping these cities out? Why is the Bay Area in the condition that it's in, is what he's saying. Before his trip to the Bay Area, Lee was warned about the rampant crime and car break-ins, with some areas being compared to Gotham City. Jesus Christ. If y'all know anything about Gotham City, it's not a place that you would want to live, even in a fictional sense. Lee was also not too enthused about the food he had, saying he was underwhelmed by the actual food and the 6-hour wait times he sometimes had to endure. Lee also suffered a shellfish allergy during the trip. He was apparently had to go to the hospital and get some shots. He said he puffed up like a puffer fish, and it was not a good situation. Says the Detroit native said his family went to several restaurants and did not feel comfortable sharing his critiques about the eateries because he had no constructive thing to say. Wow, and feared his influence would hurt the business. He says, I want to stress that it is not normal for us to go to restaurants, not like it, and not post it. Any other time we ran into this situation, I've always had some kind of constructive thing to say. This is just different. Although see what I mean? You see what I mean? You see what I mean? You see how they misconstrue your words? Do you see how they put titles on you? Although he bashed his experience while in the city, he did not bash his experience. But these blogs, man, these media outlets, these people that are reporting on you will put words in your mouth and they will make you out to be the villain. I promise you. He thanked and said he appreciated the people he met in his brief time there. This is another one of his videos, I believe. Maybe not. I want to go in a follow-up video that we just watched that. So I want to play the original video that he posted, which is why he caught all the flack. Which is why he caught a ton of flack from these news articles and people on social media. You know, people have nothing else better to do. But I want to try to find the original video.
Me and my family were driving around. I ordered food from DoorDash, but I got some things to talk about. So let's talk about it. The other day I announced that the first stop on the Keith Lee and family food tour was the Bay. And I saw not only a bunch of tweets, but a bunch of news articles say stuff like this.
Do not bip. Don't bip him. What is bip? Somebody in the comments let me know what a bip is.
Of course, I did some research, and now I'm fully aware of what bipping is, and I don't want no smoke. With that being said, I always say I'm a vessel of God. I go where I feel like I'm supposed to go. I walk by faith and not by sight. And I heard a lot of people call the Bay Gotham City. And the way my mind works is that's even more reason for me to come. I was born and raised in inner city Detroit, on Joy Road and Evergreen to be exact. Yes, I was pretty sheltered because I had amazing parents. But if growing up in Detroit didn't teach me nothing else, it taught me that the toughest situations breed the toughest people. And more likely than not, the most talented people. So I'm still extremely excited to see what the Bay offers. And with that being said, before I get out the car, all possessions are gone. I don't never carry cash on me. I don't got nothing on me. It's empty pockets and a phone. And again, I adapt to my situation. If it come to that, we buy the DoorDash food the whole time we there. But right now, I'm still at home and I DoorDash a breakfast sandwich from this place called Salt and Spoon. This look crazy. It's eggs, thick cut bacon, chimichurri sauce, truffles, cheese. Potato. Lord have mercy. I truly appreciate y'all looking out for me, but God got me. I'm gonna be everywhere I'm supposed to be. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
You see that? He didn't even bash it, man. Y'all. But these articles. While he was talking, I was on the side trying to scroll and see if I could find out what a BIP is. But apparently, people from the Bay Area themselves don't know what a BIP is. You got people that said that they're from the Bay Area. They live their whole life, have never heard what bipping or what a BIP is. Somebody in the comments let me know. I'm not about to research it right now. Maybe I will. But that was what he said, right? That was how his tour started. Now I'm going to show you the video where it ended, if I can find it.
Me and my family were driving around San Francisco when we got this email.
No, that's not the one.
Unfortunately, the Bay Area stop on the Keith Lee and family food tour is officially over prematurely, and we're gonna get straight into it. Let's talk about it. There are a few reasons why, as a family, we decided to end the food tour short. But before I get to that, I truly want to say, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single bit of love. The people of the Bay were absolutely amazing, and I'll never forget the hospitality and the love that y'all showed me. Reason number one, I truly don't believe the Bay is a place for tourists right now, and that's what I was, a tourist. The people in the Bay are just focused on surviving. That's the business owners, the locals. The amount of tents and living structures and burnt up cars that we saw people living in was shocking, to say the least. Before we went, people was comparing it to Gotham City. Now, I might not agree, but I understand where it's coming from. But I can't harp on it enough that the people are amazing. It's just an environment. And as an outsider, I wish the city would step in. I don't know if they have. I don't know if they've been trying. But just from the outside looking in, it don't seem like it was much city interference. Reason number two, and this is in no particular order. We went to a lot of restaurants. Popular restaurants, not popular restaurants, mom and pop shops. And this is the first city where I have over 6 videos that I don't feel comfortable with posting, because nothing about my experience was constructive and nothing that I said was constructive. I've always been big on honesty. I've always been big on transparency, but I've never been big on completely tearing down anybody. And I feel like those 6 videos only doing that. And I've always said I'm absolutely blessed to do this, but it does take a lot of money. It does take a lot of resources to do. At the moment, everything comes out of pocket. So when we had that many restaurants that we couldn't do anything with, that was just another deciding factor. Number 3, and probably the most important, I had to go to the hospital because I had an allergic reaction to one of the meals I had. This restaurant in particular cooked a plethora of meat. meats, including shellfish. My family specifically asked if they cooked it on the same grill. They said yes, but they would clean it. The second I ate it, I blew up like a balloon. I had to get some steroids and some allergy medicine, and it cleared right up. But it was a health concern nonetheless, and that was another reason why we decided to go home. I also think the Bay wasn't the target audience for what it is that we do. 90% of restaurants that the locals said had great food was already booming, and the people from the Bay are a loyal community. So if your food is good, the line gonna be out the door already. And then again, we went to some of those restaurants, and I wasn't a huge fan. And even if I did like all of the food at the busy spots, that's never been my MO to just go to busy spots. So those are the reasons why we decided to cut it short. But nonetheless, some amazing things did happen while we were there. Chef Greens was one of the restaurants that I went to, and he had a news segment the day after we left. God is amazing. Mama T's also joined that category with a news segment the day after we left. God is amazing. And one of the places that we went that I didn't get a chance to post was a highlight of our trip. The name of it was Luxurious Cuisines. Customer service was absolutely amazing, and the food wasn't too far off of that. We went in as a family, and we left for a $2,000 tip. So the trip itself wasn't all in vain. And again, I appreciate every single person that I met. I want to stress, it is not normal for us to go to restaurants, not like it, and not post it. Any other time we ran into the situation, I've always had some kind of constructiveness to say. This was just different. And again, I'm always going to be transparent. I'm always going to be honest. Thank you again to everybody in the Bay Area. We'll be headed to the next spot soon. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe. Unfortunately.
All right, so you see it right there. He says he still wants to remain honest and be true to his brand, which his brand, if you didn't know, is going to places that are pretty underserved, right? He's going to places that are not well known in these communities, places that are really off the radar. Places that are not popular, that don't have a lot of traffic or customer service. Why? Because he wants to get them a boost. And you can't do nothing but respect that. So look, blogs, I did this to show you that no matter what you're doing, if you're out here trying to help people, if you're out here trying to do well to and bring business to people, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Someone will find a way to try and put you in a negative light. That's what I did this for, right? I want to show you all that someone will find a way to try to put you in a negative light. I'm aware of that myself, and hopefully Keith Lee is aware of it now. Hopefully he's learned how these bloggers are. It doesn't matter what he does. It doesn't matter all of the good things that he do. They will find some type of way to put you in a negative light. However, he said he's going to keep doing what he's doing, and so will I. I'll see y'all in the next video. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to hit the like and subscribe. And go follow that other channel if you're interested in growing your wealth. All right? Later.
Yeah. Let's ride. Ride, ride.